Welcome to Grant Takes Pictures. I'm Grant, and I take pictures. Last Independence Day, I was taking pictures of fireworks at my local park, and I realized something. I live in the best place in the world to perfect the art of taking fireworks photos. I live in Anaheim, California, home of Disneyland, and we have a fireworks show probably 340 nights a year. So I am down here right now at the Anaheim Convention Center. You can see our A behind us. I am going to try to take some pictures of fireworks tonight. I hope it'll be right here behind me. I am kind of guessing as to its orientation from where I am right now, but we're gonna see what we get. So we're gonna try a couple different things, and this is gonna be a regular series as I come out maybe once a month trying to get wonderful shots of fireworks. So we will see what we get tonight. So tonight we are shooting fairly wide. I'm at about 25 or 26 millimeters, and we are going to start out by shooting 4-second exposures. I'm gonna keep my ISO as low as I can, but the real challenge of shooting fireworks, one of the challenges, is making sure I'm in focus. So I want to have a small enough aperture that I can keep a fairly wide range of the picture in focus. If I go down to f2.8, the focal plane is just so small that most likely the fireworks will be out of focus. So I'm gonna probably shoot around f16, and with a 4-second exposure I should be able to keep my ISO pretty low. It'll be easy to blow out the highlights, and I don't want to do that either. So I will prefer to underexpose my picture, I think, and we'll start there, and over the course of the fireworks show I might make some changes, but that's the plan. I'm gonna put my involtometer on and shoot a series of photos, since I will be able to then get a whole bunch of photos that will hopefully have the fireworks in them at various points of them exploding. So we'll see what we get. All right, so the fireworks should start here in just a minute. I am currently set up so I have this A behind me exposed well. It is taking a 4-second exposure at ISO 800 and f16. Hopefully that'll make it so the fireworks are also exposed well, but I won't know until they start launching. So I have maybe another 5 minutes to sit here and wait, and then we will see what we get. All right, we are here. We're probably just a minute away from the start of the fireworks show. I have my remote trigger right here, and we will see what we get. All right, I see the fireworks show starting low over the castle right over there. Hopefully we'll get the big airburst ones shortly. I'm a little worried I'm in a terrible position to see the fireworks. And there's some fireworks. Well, I have a little bit of a problem. The fireworks are right behind the palm trees. You can see them right here, and you can see the palm trees going in front. So I don't think this is going to work out the way I wanted from this location, which is really too bad. We're going to have to come back some other time to a slightly different location and try this again. So maybe next week I'll come back out and try it. There's a number of other places I can go, but I thought this would be a great framing. Just the fireworks are a little bit too low in the sky. Oh well. All right, here we are. It's about a week later since the last time I tried to come down and take pictures of fireworks here at Disneyland. I am now right along Harbor Boulevard next to Panera Bread and Mimi's Cafe here. So if you know where that is, if you want to look it up on the map, I am just on the side of the road. You can see the cars right behind me. You can probably hear them pretty well too. But hopefully right here will be a good spot to get pictures of fireworks right in the sky back here. So we'll see how that works. So let's get set up, and in about half an hour we should see some fireworks. we got the camera set up. I have it hooked up to my remote timer. I'm going to be taking 4-second exposures at f11 to start, ISO 100, and we will adjust as we go. But for now, we're just going to wait and until the fireworks start, make sure we're pointed in the right direction, and go from there. All right, we're only about 5 or 10 minutes away from the start of the fireworks show. I see some lights going off in the sky from Fantasmic, so that means that show is wrapping up and the fireworks show starts right afterwards. So hopefully soon we will see some fireworks in just a few minutes. All right, there's the first fireworks, and it set off a car alarm. Perfect. And unfortunately, that car alarm continued going throughout the entire fireworks show. But I was able to get some good photos. I started with a 1-second exposure at f4. This properly exposed most of the images. The foreground was nicely exposed, and the fireworks weren't too blown out, unless the fireworks were a bright, bright white. From there, I lengthened the exposure, doubling it each time to 2 seconds, then 4 seconds, and finally to 8 seconds, while at the same time stopping down the f-stop from f4 to f5.6, f8, and f11. This gave me the same exposure levels for each shot, while changing the length of the exposure. Looking at these pictures, what I found was that 1 second wasn't a long enough exposure to capture the full arc of the firework. Exposures at 2, 4, and 8 seconds produce photos of fireworks the way you envision them in your head when you're sitting there at a fireworks show watching it. In addition, these longer exposures allowed time for the wind to blow some of the smoke away, smoothing it out, taking away some of its detail, and making it less distracting in the image. In the shorter 1-second images, the smoke was still well defined, and it was a little bit distracting. One thing I also noticed, both in one of the 1-second images and one of the 8-second images, fireworks that are white get blown out very easily. The colored fireworks you can see well defined at these exposure levels. The white fireworks have absolutely no detail in them at all, which is something you could kind of expect, but unfortunately, unless you know the fireworks show very well and you know which fireworks are going to be white and which ones are going to be colored, you can't set the same exposure level for both colored and white fireworks. So either you have to expose for the white fireworks and accept that the colored fireworks will be underexposed, or expose for the colored fireworks and know that the white fireworks will be blown out. Now that I have a good baseline to understand how long of exposure I need to make a firework look like you imagine it in your head, I'm going to start experimenting a little bit, see what it looks like with a 16-second exposure. And I'm even going to try to do one exposure for the entire show and see what that looks like. I'll throw a 10-stop ND filter on my camera and see if I can get a good 15-minute exposure. I think that would be absolutely incredible, but who knows if it will work. So in the future, I will be back out there at Disneyland. I'm planning on going out about once a month to see if I can perfect my ability to take photos of fireworks. So in the future, you're going to see a few more of these firework videos. Hopefully by next 4th of July, I can take the perfect firework photo and really capture that holiday, which is my favorite holiday of the year. So until then, we have a few more videos coming up. Next week is my third and final review of photos from my family trip to Yosemite. I will also have a video up of hopefully a backpacking trip that I am going on next weekend. When I'm recording this, it'll be last weekend when this video comes out. Hopefully I'll have that up next week. If you like this video, please click that like button, hit subscribe, and until next week. We're going to see if this works. Apparently, we're going to see can be my catchphrase. Maybe I'll get on a shirt instead of Hakuna Matata. We're going to see. Maybe not. It's not as wonderful of a phrase.